What if I told you there once lived an emperor so cruel, so deranged that the Roman Senate feared even his laughter? A man who claimed to be a god, slept little, trusted no one, and punished people for simply looking at him the wrong way. This is the story of Caligula the emperor who turned Rome into his personal nightmare. Caligula was born in 12 AD, the beloved child of a famous Roman general, Germanicus. His nickname, Caligula, meant little boots, given by soldiers when he was just a boy following his father in tiny armor. To the people, he was a symbol of hope, a young prince connected to Rome's glorious military past. But behind that innocent face was trauma, loss, and darkness brewing. When Germanicus died mysteriously, Caligula's family was targeted by Emperor Tiberius. His mother and brothers were executed, and Caligula was sent to live with the very man who murdered them, old paranoid Tiberius himself. Living under a tyrant's roof taught Caligula one thing: power comes from fear. In 37 AD, Tiberius died, and Caligula became emperor of Rome. At first, people adored him. He freed prisoners, paid soldiers, and hosted massive games. The city erupted in celebration. But within months, everything changed. Caligula fell gravely ill, and when he recovered, it was as if his mind never returned. He began to see himself not as a man, but as a god. He ordered temples to replace statues of Jupiter with his own. Priests were forced to worship him, and anyone who questioned him was executed. Caligula's madness deepened. He turned the imperial palace into a place of fear and humiliation. He mocked senators, forced noble families to serve him as slaves, and laughed as they trembled. He bankrupted Rome's treasury through endless parties and grand games that lasted for days. When money ran out, he imposed absurd taxes even on marriages and lawsuits. He once declared war on the sea. Yes, Caligula ordered his army to collect seashells as spoils of victory. To him, war was a joke and Rome his playground. By 40 AD, Rome had enough. Even his loyal guards grew terrified of his unpredictability. He executed friends, mocked the gods, and humiliated senators in front of the people. A secret plot began to form, led by Cassius Chaerea, one of his own guards. On January the 24th, 41 AD, Caligula walked through a corridor beneath his palace. As he turned the corner, soldiers surrounded him. He sneered, thinking it was another joke. But this time, the blades were real. Caligula, the self-proclaimed god, fell to the ground, screaming, "I still live!" But his reign of terror was over. When the people heard of his death, they were silent at first, too afraid to believe it. Then slowly, Rome began to breathe again. His statues were destroyed, his name erased from monuments. But even centuries later, his legend remains: the ruler who lost himself to absolute power. Historians still debate, was Caligula truly insane, or just the product of a corrupt empire that bred monsters? Perhaps both. Because power, unchecked, can turn even a man into a monster, and Caligula proved it. If you think this was Rome's darkest ruler, wait until you hear about Nero the emperor who burned his own city and played music while it died. Subscribe now and step deeper into history's most shocking moments.